Alright, okay, alright. Now, I'm doing a vlog of what's left of the Westshore Mall before we come to the shops at Westshore. So, I'm going to just look around, do some mall walking, and hopefully identify what used to be where, so just some memories. And I'm here with my father right here, who's been in Holland since
this is where Funkoland used to be.
Yeah, Funkoland, the game store, and that's
personal narrative.
Yes, you don't need to.
No, I want to add something. But you can edit this out or edit it how you want to. When I moved into Holland, I was working for the Holland Sentinel in 1988. The mall was actually under construction. This is the same time that 8th Street was doing the streetscape. It was a really interesting time. 8th Street was looked like a war zone, and this was being built.
Okay, so some stores are still open, like GNC right here. They're gonna still remain with the shops at Westshore and when the small. Over here used to be the Aladdin's Castle Arcade, and as well as Sam Goody that around here, so blocked off. We go down here. Now some stores I don't know what used to be here, but at least some I do know. I thought bringing my father here would help me, but he can't. Yeah, I think he'll know everything.
I don't remember everything, but I remember that there were 3 jewelry stores at one point in this place.
Yeah, that's one of them right there. I mean, recently K Jewelers used to be there, but I think a different jewelry store used to be there actually before K.
There was Zales, there was Kales, there was
K's,
and there was Fox Jewelers, which became something else.
Oh, and by the way, of course, is J.C. Penney. That of course going to stay there. And just you know,
see,
we entered
this was a jewelry store.
Yeah, K was moved out recently, and that's where they were. Though I think they were a different location before. This was a Hallmark store, by the way.
Yes, it was.
Let's see. Now, if you want to really know how bad the mall was doing, right there. Down there used to be a Chuck E. Cheese's, and it closed because they thought the Holland market was just too bad for it.
It was too small. The one in Grand Rapids is much larger, and when people wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese's, they would just go up to the Grand Rapids area.
Yeah. And of course, before the Chuck E. Cheese's there was also a Babbage's, candy store, and Greener Jewelry.
Yep.
And there was a Pearl Vision and a hair salon around here.
Yes.
Or maybe the hair salon was in a different quarter, I can't remember exactly.
This was a coffee shop.
Oh, we have Dunham's right there. Originally it was a small department store called Steckety's, and that closed in 2003, around that time Chuck E. Cheese was being constructed.
This was a coffee shop.
Well, that was more recent, actually. It was called Hottie Biscotti. Bath and Body Works, they recently closed. Dad says they're going to get their own spot when the
I had heard they were.
Okay. This was Foot Locker right here. See, that's what I know. I believe this was American Eagle right here.
Yes, it was.
And we come here over to the center area, and you can see. Now this was a jewelry spot. Now I believe this is where K originally was, and then they moved to the other spot.
I think this was where. What is it? It's not like Fritz, but wasn't Fritz. It was something. It was some other jewelry store.
Okay, here we have either where C.J. Banks or Christopher Banks. They're right across the river. C.J. Banks was my mother's favorite place to get clothes for a while. Then
Lane Bryant around.
Oh yeah, Lane Bryant was here. I can't remember where exactly it was.
What's actually Lane Bryant was. Lane Bryant was actually in this spot, and then C.J. Banks moved in.
Oh, they were?
I believe so. I remember Lane Bryant was on the corner of the larger store.
Or maybe it was in a different corner. I'm not sure exactly.
These spots were never used too much. There originally, actually, there was a Walgreens here, and there was a Walton bookstore in this area right in here.
Another story I must mention, there was a KB Toys around the center area, and of course KB all stores went under, so This was Victoria's Secret right here.
Yeah, that's where Victoria's Secret used to be.
And I believe this was Aeropostale.
Yes, it was.
And here's another jewelers. This was Fred Meyer Jewelers.
Guess what it was? Fred Meyer, and it was there was a Fox's too back there.
Or no, I think Fox's may have been where
They merged.
where K was before they moved, and not in the original set. This was Sbarro, and the different restaurants tried to get in this area like a small Mexican restaurant, but they never lasted.
There was a funny story. Your mom and I, before you were born, it was like 1990. Your mom and I were here at the mall, and you were leaving, and they would have. You just wanted to get a slice of pizza, but because they were closing, we got this huge pizza for like a quarter of the price. Like the price of 2 slices, we got a whole pizza, and we took it home. It was good pizza. It was huge. We never did it since, just that one time.
Yeah, and basically this was the food court area. There was a cinnamon roll place called Mom's Cinnamon Rolls. This was a cookie place right here.
Shop is on South Shore
Yeah,
Drive.
and down here we also had more food. There was J.J. Finnegan's, a really great Irish pub kind of place. And unfortunately they couldn't pay their rent, so they went under. There's also a small Chinese place called Wok House, as well as Big Boy, they do right down there. And also there's a trade secret right there.
There was also a nail place in there.
And we have Yonkers over here. That's still going to be there. And on the
if you look here, this is.
As
if you look, you can see the things that were last here, like Claire's Boutique, the cookie, Chuck E. Cheese. As you can see, where they were, and this was the last. This is the last remnant of the official record of who once was here. The last before everything went crazy.
Yeah. And also, if you the Buckle, that's one of the stores that's actually still open, and they're going to still be here when the strip mall comes in. And Maurice's, they moved to a new strip location by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Now we're down here. The empty anchor used to be Sears, and then it was Stephen Barry's, but then that whole chain went under, so now it's empty. They just been used as a Halloween store every time Halloween comes around. That's a small rental.
Yeah, the Halloween store is used where Big Lots used to be, is now. I mean, they have used different spots. This was their cheap rental. Let's just move in for a month and call it good.
Yeah. Deb, this is right here. That was a Radio Shack right there.
And there's we all know what's happening at Radio Shack.
Well, the one that's still in Holland is still here, so I don't know.
But people start buying electrical wire and other things anymore. They're buying stuff on Amazon or going to Staples or Best Buy to get their things. The do-it-yourself electronic age is put this way, when you use high-definition wireless speakers, you don't need wire cable to hook your speakers up to your stereo system.
Yeah. Some of these stores, I have no idea what used to be here. I think there used to be like a Payless around here.
Yes, there was. There was a Payless. I think there was a. Kind of this is the new century look of what a ghost town is. When you think of the 1800s and the mining ghost towns that would pop up when they would build these mining towns, the railroad towns, and then the trade would change and the mines would run dry and they'd get up and go. And you have these true ghost towns. This is a modern day ghost town. This is what this once was, a pretty thriving mercantile location. Now it's this empty.
Oh, no. By the way, the one store I forgot to mention, there was also like a place where you could like get keys done around.
Yes.
I can't remember where that was exactly. I don't know if it was on the Sears side or was it the Stuckety side, the Yonkers side.
Stuckety side.
Okay, it was there.
Is that, yeah, so you can get your keys. That was just another, you know, they were making, there were a lot of these little stores that were making money on the foot traffic that was caused by the main anchor stores.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest problem this mall had was when the Grand Crossings Mall opened.
It was Rivertown Crossings.
Rivertown's Crossing. When the Rivertown's Crossing Mall opened, this mall was in big trouble.
Yeah.
Already their sales had been a bit skewed because people were buying things online or shopping at the shops down on 8th Street. 8th Street was on the verge of collapsing, but the renovations brought more businesses in there, and so people had constant foot traffic down there. So the foot traffic moved.
Yeah, apparently since 8th Street got renovated, that more better shops came in. So hopefully when the new renovations shops at Westshore comes in, the new better stuff will come in as well. That's why I'm hoping.
Well, they're hoping for that too.
Yeah, there's the camera there was like a mall in Kalamazoo that went there like the same thing, and they've been doing good ever since.
Point did the same.
It's at Center Point, yeah.
That's in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
The East Brooklyn Mall became Center Point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can only have so many enclosed malls in a 50-mile radius and expect them to work.
Yeah.
And when the one in Granville with the large standalone store Barnes & Noble attached right to it, there's just too much of a draw. You know, it's too big. It's just too much there for a mall like this to survive. See, we have our own Barnes & Noble here in Holland, and people like going there if they don't want to go up to the other store. But if you go the other mall, it's like, hey, let's check out this big Barnes & Noble. Let's go here. Let's go there. So much to do there. They built this mall too small for a long-term goals. They built it the right size at the right time, but everything changed.
It's just the
That's just the West.
Okay, all right. Well, that's all we have to say right now. Westshore Mall. That's all there is. Okay, just saying. Westshore Mall, 1988 through 2015. Hopefully, the shops at Westshore, which will coming soon, will help bring this once thriving mall back to hopefully what it was, even though it's going to be different. So that's all for now, and see ya.